For Christmas, I got 2 fans. Because Jim's hot. So
You wanted the fans.
I wanted 1 fan for the back. Which is true. I did. I wanted 1 for the back. And then Jim reminded me that he does get really warm. So I got 2 fans for Christmas. So Jim is going to actually install these, do an open box, and install these in the camper.
I'm gonna hit the road to see what I can see. I'm gonna hit the road to be what I can be. I'm so tired of looking at these walls. I'm breaking free. I'm gonna do my thing. Baby, won't you come with me? I'm gonna do my thing.
Caframo Sirocco 2 fans. They're like a gimbaled fan, and I'll kind of show you that here in a little bit. But these are
They're like the people that do cruising, like yachts.
They're marketed towards people who have boats. They're actually more popular on a boating crowd. Like she said, the yacht people. People have boats and things like that. That's where you see more of these. So take a quick look here, see what's inside. Looks like we have a bag or a mounting bracket of some sort, a wire, and just a couple of screws and a sticky pad. Hopefully the sticky pad isn't what you use to mount these, but we'll see. We have the fan itself. Set of instructions, which is good. And the fan itself. We ordered black ones. They come in white also. We like the black. And just looking at this fan, it's got 2 blades, and they're soft and pliable. But if you
I like the black because I thought it would have less fingerprints.
less fingerprints. Okay. So anyway, it's like a gimbaled fan. It moves this way. It'll articulate this way. So you can actually move it down and around. You can lock them in place, which is nice. This just turns. It's and you can unlock it and move it up, which is kind of why we bought it. It's movable anywhere. Like I said, it's gimbaled. It's got soft blades, and hopefully mounts really well onto our 1/8 inch plywood. So we're going to test that out here. One thing I do notice, it doesn't come with any hardware besides two nuts and bolts. It's kind of strange, but
So there's no screws or
no
anything.
screws or anything like that. You must have to figure out a way to mount it yourself and buy your own hardware, which that's fine, I guess. But the wire, looks like the wire, I see a plus and minus here. I'm going to guess the wire gets attached here, and you just hardwire it into your RV or boat, I guess.
So we have to decide where we're going to put these, right?
Yeah, you have to decide where you want it. Let's look on the front of the camper here,
Okay.
where you might want it.
Well, I'm thinking the back here, I want it in that corner over there. And I don't want it to go through the wall because,
Through the wall.
well, I don't want it on the outside wall because, yeah, literally you may put it through the camper wall.
So you want it more.
Yeah.
Our 12 volt, we do have a light here, so I can probably
Run
attach
a wire through the cabinet
through the cabinet to
and then we
this
won't be able to
12 volt
see
supply.
the wires.
Right. And make a nice clean
Yeah,
installation.
I don't like wires hanging down.
So something like that.
Yeah, and then out this way a little bit, maybe, so that, yeah.
You still open it. That's fine.
Okay.
Like right in there.
Oops, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention with the camera there.
Like right in
Yeah,
there.
probably. The key is we want to put it there where it can still hit the love seat area of
Okay.
this room because that's where we spend most of the time. The perfect spot would have been to put it there, but that's where our
MoFi.
MoFi is, and I don't want it where the MoFi is.
Right.
I could stick it in the middle, and then we could blow it from each side, but then I lose my hanger.
There's a hanger over here.
I can move the hanger over there. Why don't we stick it in the middle?
Stick in the middle?
Yeah, let's stick it in the middle. So this is how we make decisions.
Okay, as with most projects, the first step is to take a trip to the hardware store. And in our case, we got a bag of twist-on wire connectors that's sorted. And I think I'm going to bolt my fan to the plywood here. I went and found some short bolts with some acorn nuts. We're going to try that.
What you doing there?
Looking for a wire connection. These are 12-volt lights, and the fan we're putting in is 12 volt, so I need to find a place where we can connect the fan. And I took the cover off of this, and I don't see any wire connections here.
So now where are you going to connect it to?
I'm going to look around on the inside. But there should be a wire connection somewhere.
Okay, 2 alcohol pads. So you're going to wipe that all off with the alcohol pads so that that is 2.
Before I
Well, this one doesn't have a plate behind it, so all the screws you bought should work.
We're going up here, right?
In the middle, we said. Directly in the middle. The screw was in the middle, so you just put it between the 2.
Okay.
Yep. You'll be good. Is that the last screw?
I've got them all in, just tightening them up.
Pipe isn't no longer where you're drawing, is it? That you're going to drive through the wires.
No, it's back a ways.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. That's just something that people should check before they start drawing. What's those 2 other holes in the center?
I have no idea.
So we're thinking about removing that dinette. We're keeping the table. We're just going to move the table. We're going to have a bench over here where the cabinet, where the hot water tank and water pump is. But it's going to be narrower. And then have cabinets that run along the back of the wall. And then remove this one that Jim's sitting on. And we're thinking about keeping the end one there. We'll let you know when we come up with. Anybody have any suggestions, let us know in the comment section. Because we really don't use the dinette. We don't have kids. Our children, our 2 sons, are older. They're doing their own thing. They don't really come. And if they did, they'd probably stay in their own tent. Or their own apartment. Or hotel room. Or something like that. Right, Jim?
Yep, they probably would. So I'm going to feed these wires through this hole.
How's that latch on there? Is it just slide?
Yeah, they hang.
So they have to catch. That's what you're trying to do. Just catch it.
Yep. I think the wire's in the way. There we go.
And then is there a screw mount or anything after that?
Yeah, it's supposed to go down, I think.
Did you try it before you put it on the wall?
Yeah, it slid.
Oh, okay. Then it should slide up there too. That's one of the wires is catching. slide a certain way, up or down.
Oh, it goes this way.
Yeah, that's what I kind of wondered. No, but that whole panel's moving. If I could help, I would, but I don't see any way I can help you. You got it on.
My God, it was like impossibly hard.
I
Why
had
in the
faith in
world
you.
would they make it like that?
Well, it ain't gonna come off that easy, is it?
Hopefully not.
So what's the deal?
I finally got him in. I was trying to use the lock washer that came with it, but obviously it was holding the screw out enough that it would not catch
So
with
that's
the washer in.
You're talking about the 2 screws after you slide it down and it mounts. Then they give you 2 screws, one on each side, that make it secured when you're traveling.
Right, with a lock washer. But obviously you can't use a lock washer.
At least on the back.
But anyway, it is mounted.
So now all you got left to do is wire that one.
Wire it. Okay, dug around in back here, and if you look inside this hole between the bottom of the cabinet, there's the space like about 1.5 inches, and they have stuffed the wire connections down in that hole. So I'll be able to just undo these 2 wire connections and wire my fan directly right here. Should work fine.
That's awesome.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. I know what charges the big ones, what charges the little ones. Do you know where the charger is?
First step is I unwired. I was able to pull this crimp connection off. They weren't on there very good. So I'm going to separate these 2 wires a little bit, strip them back. So once these are stripped back, I'm going to give them a little twist. I think everybody's done wiring before, but the end result, well, here we go. We got it wired back in. The wires are tucked. Where's that flashlight at? The wires are tucked in. Probably got to add a little staple or something here. Well, it's pretty tight. Anyway, the fan, here's the fan wires coming out of the wall. They were attached to this 12-volt outlet or wiring here, and they're tucked back in the hole,
Which is a light.
And come out here, and the fan is running.
So why did you have such a problem wiring it?
Because I couldn't reach around both ends to hold the wires together.
You said you needed, what, 6-foot arms?
Yeah, I needed another foot of arm.
So it works good. It's got 3 different speeds. You want to shut the light off because it's glaring. Does it still work when the light's off? That's the question. Yep. Okay, so there you can see it. Is that medium?
I think.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
And that's high.
Pretty powerful fan.
Yeah, it's powerful. Then it rotates too, right?
Yes.
Now, in order to turn it on, it has to be in a lock position, which is that little lever right there that Jim's moving. Yeah, we wouldn't face it that way. It's not hitting anything. Okay, stop it. It also has a timer on it too.
For our installation, if I look in behind this cabinet here, we've got a set of lights that go outside, and there's a light underneath here. That's a 12 volt. It looks like they're connected right there with a couple of crimped on connectors. So I should be able to tap right into that for the fan. But I need to get this hook off first.
As you can see, I use these little cheap totes that are like $5 from Walmart. And we separate like our socks and underwear, t-shirts, raincoats, new bedding, sheets. So I just keep them all up there nice and neat. That's one of the reasons why he decided to put the different type of net on. What was that net called?
Acorn nuts?
Acorn nuts, because if I put nothing on it and just a straight wooden screw, it rips my bags. So it's to help me, or at least save our bags for a while. Our totes, I guess is what they're called. They're not called bags. Just a little info. There's our map of the United States, and it has the states that we stayed in overnight. And then if we went to a sightseeing place, we put a little pin in it. So as you can see, I got Alabama and Virginia and Michigan that don't have any buttons, but that's just because I stuck them on another wall fixture and I don't want to rip it off. But we're going to go back to those states. So anyways, I was just showing you why I'm standing here waiting for Jim. So you have a dirt print like from the fan straight across your chest where you were leaning outside.
That bag we took out.
Yeah. So we have a black bag that we always keep on the back of the travel trailer that keeps, it's on our carrier rack. And we have had that bag since 2006. And the only reason, the bag's still 100% good. The only reason why we threw the bag away is all the straps that secure it to anything have rotted. So, but the bag was a fantastic bag. So it lasted 16 or 15 years. So that's, and we have used that bag, haven't we?
Yes.
And it was sealed, it never leaked. What was the name of the bag? Highland. So we're gonna look for a new bag.
Okay, looks like this mounts something like that. And then the fan, I assume that was in a centered moving point.
Yeah, it was.
So we'll try to probably use that hole. First up, this sticky pad goes on the back of this mount, like so. So I'm going to clean this off.
You wanted those?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Looks like you stick this on. Level as you can make it. Centered as you can. And then these 6 holes get drilled through. So we have a nut or a screw and then an acorn nut on the back side.
So where's the little? Right now, all I see is your fingers. Oh, there's the post. So
Two
one's
posts.
negative and one's positive, and that's what you're putting the wires on.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, he's got the van. It latched much easier. Instead of taking a half hour, it took what, 2 minutes to snap it in there?
Yeah. So there's something weird with the other one.
Yeah, the other one, the mount must be a little warped or something. And now we're getting ready to do the wiring. Okay. We got a second fan going. Here you go, Jimbo. You want to talk?
This one actually was a lot easier because I could get to it a lot easier. And the wiring is right back here and it's exposed already. So it's real easy to get to. I just need to add a wire tie to it to kind of tighten it up a little bit there. But other than that, the fan is working. This one took about half the time the other one did.
Yeah, it took, well, way less. This one only took maybe 15 minutes to put the whole thing in.
Yeah. It was,
and the other one was 2 hours with all the electrical issues and stuff.
But you have to watch out for it. The wire comes, and I didn't catch this, the wire is actually labeled negative and positive, and there's a negative and positive on the back of the fan itself. So you have to make sure those two line up first, and then you have to worry about inside there.
So that's what happened with the first one. So now we know.
It won't work. If you have a negative and positive turned around, the fan won't even come on.
Right, which makes sense. There's also a timer on it. And watch Jim stick his finger in it. You're not supposed to move that. It's not
that way. Okay.
Okay, but it's not supposed to be able to do that in way you're.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can turn that part.
This is locked.
Okay, but you just stuck your finger in it.
Hey, it's a rubber blade.
Okay, well now we know that too.
So if you reach up at night and you try to turn it,
like Jim just did. Yeah.
So I need to do some
That's what
cleanup.
not to do.
Put away. Every time you do a project, you get to have the toolbox out.
Yeah, he needs to clean off my bed. So that is the end of this project. So overall, we'll let you know in a future video sometime, probably next year, whether we like the fans and how well they're working. Okay, we said we would show you the fans after they were installed. As you can see, the wall behind it, you'll notice, is different too, so just ignore that. That's another video. But they work great. So
we use them a lot.
Here.
The when it even gets starting to get a little warm in the camper, we turn on this one and the front one, and these things move a lot of air, combined with our new Max Air fan.
Yeah, which is another video.
Which is another video yet. But yeah, these do move a lot of air. We use the one at night a lot, and this.
Yeah, so you can see there's the highest.
And even when it's running, you can adjust it.
Just don't stick your finger in it.
Ways. Well, if you do stick your finger in it, it doesn't hurt that bad.
No.
It adjusts this way, and you can turn that and turn the whole fan back and forth. And you can do all three at once if you wanted to. You know, turn it this way, down. We just love the flexibility of these things. See, I put my finger in it. It's a rubber blade, so it doesn't, you know. It startles you.
Startles you, but it doesn't hurt. We really don't run it on number 3. We usually just run it on the first setting.
First setting, yeah, usually.
And then maybe the second one, but
for this camper, it's enough.
I haven't ran it yet on the 3rd setting, so that's the back one. And like I said, we have more videos coming out where, obviously, if you notice, the cabinet's a different color there, and the front one's exactly the same.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.